Match day number 6 coming up. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I am the hostess with the mostest that is going to guide you through match day 6 as I am back after a 1-week hiatus. Back at it. Another Watchalong. Sheffield United host new money today. New money, not old money. Newcastle United. So the battle of the Uniteds and who is the superior United. I think we all kind of have an idea who that might be. I'm not doing this one solo today. I have a guest, and you guys are pretty familiar. We'll just bring him in right now. It's Captain Casa. Captain Casa, Robert, good morning. How are you? Welcome into the Thunderdome for match day 6.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been an interesting season so far. Some ups and downs, mostly downs. But yeah, excited to be back, like home in my own like space. I've been on the road for like a good solid 2 months. It's just nice to relax. I've got my own mug. I've got my scarf. I got my jersey. I don't travel with all this stuff. So yeah,
maybe it's
good to be back.
Maybe it's a little bit of good juju as the North London Derby just went final. Put the real game on. That game ain't for us. Turn it off. That's junk. Yeah, it's I did change up the juju. I did not put the banner that I usually have behind me to see how it goes today. If we get the 3 points, I'll keep it down. But if we lose again, it'll go back up next week against West Ham. So, Robert, it feels like it's been forever since I've done one, and it just took a week off because
Right.
I had other life events that I wanted to enjoy besides watching United lose to the death. So we might as well, as our friend of the pod in chat row. And there's only a few comments in chat row right now. Like, come on, guys, is this thing on? Hello, jump in chat row. I mean, we're only got 19 views on this thing. Good morning, Scott, or good afternoon to you. Robert, do we want to briefly touch on the wound / scar / BS / whatever last week's game against the team that just drew 2-2 in the North London Derby? Your thoughts on whatever the hell we witnessed last weekend?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was a game where we probably on the whole we're going to lose that game 9 times out of 10. Maybe even 99 times out of 100. But to have a lead going into stoppage time and to be that far into stoppage time, over halfway through, before you even concede the first of the 2 goals, it's just heartbreaking. Even with the expectations of our team, of our season, of how well Tottenham was playing at the time, it's just not. It's not something you ever want to go through. Quality wise, I feel like the team and the lads showed good quality defensively. They were sound the whole way through. You just get exhausted by the end, and that I think the gulf in quality shows up there at the end of matches. And then just silly things with the ref. You can argue the amount of stoppage time. I think it was probably a fair amount, but McBurney's yellow card, it's just frustrating because now we don't have him for the match today. And yeah, lots of complaints. We all heard Heckingbottom's interviews. We all read the notes of that. So we don't need to belabor it too much. But on the whole, I am, concurring, my opinion with what Paul Heckingbottom said.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I don't know how to pose this question to this is a tough question because it's almost like you need an impartial judge in the middle of United and Tottenham, but you're not going to get one because more often than not, the impartial is going to lean towards Spurs because they are the bigger club in this league, the amount of players and all that BS. But if I'm curious to see an impartial's take on it. Now, granted, I I will agree with you that the amount of stoppage time probably was right. Did it deserve to go into the 14th, 15th minute of added time? That's where I think you're shading it a bit. But it is what it is. We all know that we are the minnow for 38 games in this league. Well, I say in 38 games. I say in most of the games against the top 8 teams in this league that we're always going to be behind the proverbial 8 ball. And I mean, the whole deal is coming into this game, we all know that everybody's going to be on Newcastle. Newcastle, the greatest team. They got new money, greatest team since sliced bread, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's why if everybody that's watching, if you haven't listened to my rant in my podcast, The Red Hot Half of Sheffield, I really encourage you to go listen to it. Yes, it's beleaguered and there's expletive language. I will give you that warning. But it's, and it's from my side of things at how we're never going to be a success in this league. We had our one season, one hit wonder where we're like, oh my God, we shocked everybody. Now it's kind of like, all right, you had your fun, just stay down there. You'll come up every once in a while, but we want you to go back because you're not pulling anything. You're not helping any ratings wise. And I'm surprised that we had the late kickoff on today. Now, I was like, I had to scratch my head when last weekend was like, we play Sunday, the late kickoff. That's a little bit interesting, but I mean, it's probably just a puff piece for Newcastle to beat the hell out of us, but it is what it is. You never know. We could go and get a result today. But I just wish that the refs didn't lean so heavy towards the big 6 clubs, as in regards to every game you feel like before the game's even started, we've got a mountain to climb. Not to mention that our gap in quality will be so much further below those teams that we're already starting at the bottom of the hill, and just the uphill battle with the refs. It's just like we're climbing up a slippery slope that we can almost never get a foothold in, and it's just that's what I feel like this is what, match week 6, so we have 32 more of these games left. I just can't wait until it's over. I just cannot wait until it's over.
Yeah, well, we've got to try to enjoy the Premier League while we're in it. Obviously, the financial side of things, you want to get promoted. Like no club will turn down promotion. I think that would be interesting if the championship let the top teams. Oh, do you want to go to the Premier League? And they say, nah, send someone else. That would be funny. Or the 17th or 18th place team doesn't go down instead. Something like that. It'd be interesting. I wonder how many teams would actually take that. Imagine just winning the championship every year. Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be cool.
Then you never go up. But anyways, that's obviously not how it works. You want to get promoted. You want the money. You want the brand exposure, the TV, slots like this where, you're playing when no one else in England is playing right now. If you want to watch football right now, this is the game you're watching. So there are positives there, but absolutely the quality of the game that we see on the pitch is just so different from kind of the genuine, pure football that you expect and you grow to love while watching the championship. And I'm not going to say that I only, I'm a championship purist or, English football purist. I watch the MLS here in the US. I am a fan, hardcore fan of FC Cincinnati, who happen to be top of the Supporters Shield standings right now. So good stuff there. But the MLS sticks with its brand of football, and they have a way to play, and any team can win. But you're not going to get that in England. You're not going to have that same parity that the MLS has just due to the league structure. So it's inevitable that you're going to have these up and down seasons. So for me personally, I know it's okay, we'll roll with this one. I'll try to share Sheffield United with as many people as I know. Hey, you interested in, you watch Ted Lasso? what about this team, right? Look
right.
at us. And then next year when we're in the championship, I say, hey, keep following us because this will be the fun season. This season right now that we're in, this is the share with the world who we are. Next season is where we win their hearts and minds.
Yeah. I mean, it's all fair. I mean, that's the biggest thing is, you don't find too many people that want to follow us when we're not in the top flight, because it costs money to watch us play all our league games. And it's like that really, to me, over here, especially separates it from the true fans. Because if you're willing to, go into the season and pay to watch your team play in the second division of England, that says something about your fandom. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's just gonna be tough over here for us to take, finding growing supporters and whatnot over in the States when they find out you got to pay $200 US to watch us play. Chat row is popping off.
Yeah.
Luke, good morning. He says we're gonna win. Okay. William says it's 1 a.m. How about this? He's gonna fall asleep to our sultry tones. A little bit of pillow talk. Welcome in here to the Chef United Way. As I will bless you with my golden pipes. All right, so Scott here, more realist. What'd you say? You laughing?
That was weird. we both have deeper camber, like our tones are a little lower, but like when you drop it to the whisper, ooh, that's
yeah, right. Sends chills and makes you feel all weird. Scott here with a point. We witnessed a squad depth issue, and you can bring in first team international players off the bench to change the game. Yes, more to our point. That's why. That's exactly the golfing class. Mr. Blade from Dublin is in the chat. Yep. He says Blades win 1-1. Ooh, yeah. So he's all over the board. Nick Nack says we only have to be better than Everton, Luton, and Burnley. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Everton win yesterday? They went and beat Brentford.
Yep.
So they're starting to find some a little bit of form. Dublin again. We did have some great sport this weekend. I wish Sheff United would have played yesterday and not today because it's gonna motor into a half hour of NFL football over here. Yeah. As he says, Pats Jets. That'll be a real Mac Jones versus Zach Wilson. Ooh, good God! First one at 5 points might win that. We are only 2 points from safety. Portland Blades up and at them early. Yeah. If you look at Newcastle's bench, and we haven't even got to the lineups. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alexander Isak's on the bench. Ugh, boy, that's gonna be bad.
That's Sweden striker right there. Like you think about, first team international players coming off the bench. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. This team is dangerous. And a couple of years ago, you would have been like, man, this is a relegation 6-pointer because they were before they got taken over, they were propping up the bottom of the table, and you would have probably fancied us over them. But not today, Sally. That is not a euphemism there. Portland played. I bless you with my golden pipes. He's going 3-1 to United. Guys, as always, put your score prediction in. Paul, 2-1 to Mighty United. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one thing that we are getting is a rotated squad because they did play Champions League football on I think Tuesday or Wednesday against AC Milan, and so that's why we're seeing the bit of squad rotation. We gotta put. I mean, we're slacking. I take 1 week off, right? Everything goes to hell. There's the Blades lineup scrolling across the bottom. Yeah, Nick Nack. You'd like to see him, but he's going 3-1 Newcastle. score predictions in there. What do you think is going to happen in the match? Me and Robert will get to them shortly. Simon is awake on the left coast. He almost forgot. Sorry. Yes, we did take a week off. After eight games in the championship between Tuesday and Thursday, our rock bottom with 2 points. I think he's talking about our rivals, crosstown rivals. Yeah. So Blades line up across the bottom. Obviously, this is probably, aside from McBurney, this is probably our strongest team.
Yeah, I think you could make an argument for maybe Baldock instead of Bogle, but Bogle played well in the couple games he's been in so far. So I think he's earned some time there. And then on the other side, do you have two strikers or two attacking midfielders? That's the decision. So I think if McBurney was healthy, you'd probably see Norwood dropped. You leave Sousa in there with McAtee and Gustavo Hammer. You're not dropping that guy right now.
Yeah,
so
right.
yeah, it's pretty close to a strongest 11 for us. And, if we're going up against a rotated Newcastle side, you like to fancy the lads at home for maybe a point against Newcastle. I feel like that's on the cards for sure. And, looking at the bench, we still have pace. We still have youth that can come in and hopefully affect the game a bit better than we did last time out.
The biggest thing I will say is there is a lot of youth on that bench. Ricci, Tom Davies. I mean, he's older.
Yeah,
you
Trustees. There's Amani,
Traore. Yeah,
Traore. I mean, all over. Got youth.
Yeah,
for days.
Yeah. It's man. I don't know. I just don't think. I think if we hold them to maybe 0-0 or even 1-1, you like to think they're going to come back and win the damn thing just based off of their ability and their players on the bench to go and get a late winner. I just hate that all these games come in down to the end, and it's just like, if we had a little bit more experience on the bench to help us out, you would think would be in the game for longer amounts and be able to carry this into a point or maybe a late win. But it's just so frustrating at the moment when you just look at the bench, like, where the hell's the goals going to come from? If we need, or inspiration, if we're going to do it. So lead on to the Newcastle team. Oh God. I can't even. Oh man,
there's a lot of good players there. We'll just put it like that,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you like? I don't even really have any thoughts, because it's just like, man. All right, you start with Pope and Gold, Trippier, Schär, Botman, Dan Burn, Bruno. It's Bruno, baby. Longstaff, Anderson. I mean, Almiron, who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn 3 feet in front of him a couple years ago. Harvey Barnes, Callum Wilson, and then all right, there you go. There's Gordon, Target, Isak, Livermento, and Merv. It's unfair, man. Yeah. Such an unfair advantage. And the whole thing, in my opinion, is this how we looked like last year for the opposing team when we were flying high in the championship? Was this what the opposing teams were looking at? Like, when we had the likes of Ndai and Berg and McBurney up there, and and McAtee and Doyle, and they're like, oh wow. And then you look at our bench, and our bench wasn't horrible, but I'm curious to see us looking at the Newcastle team and be like, wow, how do we even get anything out of this? Is this what the teams in the championship were last year? And how oh wow, this is how Sheffield United line up. Wow, this is crazy. I mean, I don't know.
There was probably a bit of that, but I feel like the gap between top and bottom of championship is a little bit closer. Maybe not this year with Wednesday in it, but normally, like, any team in the championship can win any game. That's not the case in the Premier League, and you can see it. I think that our team last year was good, and we had a scary front three for sure, but you saw it in multiple games where the players just, randomly, they might not show up that day. They might have a bit of a mare, and you're looking at a game that's open for the taking. You don't have that because you sub out someone like Longstaff, someone like Almiron, Wilson, and you can throw in someone just as good, just as high quality from the Newcastle bench. So you've got that depth, I think, is the scariest part for me.
Yeah, no, 100%. I guess we'll turn it over. I mean, 9 minutes to go. What are your thoughts? How do you see this? How do you see this game playing out? And remember, guys, if you haven't put your score prediction in chat row before the game kicks off, it doesn't count to me. It's basically no scoreline. How do you think this game turns out?
Yeah, well, for me, I see two possibilities, which are kind of what you normally see in all of these games. Is we either defend like crazy till late in the second half, we get some magic goal out of nowhere from either a set piece or a freak turnover in the midfield, and try to see that one goal lead out, and likely we'll end up conceding one at the end. So 1-1. Or if we concede early, I think this is a game that could open up. I don't see Newcastle sitting back on their laurels and, seeing out a 1-0 win if they score early. So if that's the case, I could see this thing going like 3-1, 4-2, something like that.
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm. It's almost like a game of tug of war in my head right now, as more score predictions come in. 2-1 United. Sheff United is Nicholas reckons. And 2-1 coming in, and Simon with a 1-1 draw. That's where I'm starting to see this more popular scoreline, and it started like, I don't know, towards the end of the week. Obviously, if you watch the preview pod I did with the Newcastle fans last weekend, I thought we were going to get beat, I think 3-0. I reeled it back to, I think we're in this one. They get one, but we're not able to score. And I think they end up winning this one 2-0. Pulled it back just enough. But I think we're going to be in this game. And I mean, there hasn't really been a game where we haven't been in the game.
Right.
We've been in the game the entire time. We've just conceded in the last, I don't know, 5 to last 25 minutes of games, depending on how much added time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, right? It could still be a 1-0 game with Newcastle up, and if we can't push forward to grab that late goal, then I think we're a side that concedes more at the end of games than scores. So we have to get our goal early, and we have to defend like crazy the rest of the way. But I love all the 1-1s, the draws, couple 2-1. So everybody, I think, predicting us to score something, which is nice, especially without McBurney now. But we'll get to see what a stacked midfield looks like, and maybe Archer up top doing a little fancy footwork, magic up on his own. Got the support on either side from Hammer and McAtee. I think it'll be good.
And it's one of those things. It's like you go into this game, and I could almost see us scoring in every game. And it's like the last time we were in this league in the season we got relegated. It's like we went into the games and we were like, we're not going to – there's no chance in hell we score in this game. And it like – this one, I feel like our attacking prowess is there.
Mm-hmm.
I think – has there only been one game we haven't scored in?
Yeah, I think it was just Crystal Palace.
Palace is the only game we haven't scored in. So the goals are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this defense that had become so vaunted in the championship is just taking a week or so, or not a week, a few games to almost get their feet underneath them. I don't know. This is like, if honestly, we probably would have won a couple more games if our defense had been a little bit more solidified. And Jackie Longthrow has been the player of the season. And if you had to give the award, you'd give Jackie Longthrow the award 100%.
That's yeah,
But
him or West just for all the saves. But
yeah, it's like, if Egan and Anel, the two that we thought were going to be so solidified in defense, man, it's oof. I don't know. If we get it right, we might be able to, hold the team to 1-0 if on our day, if everything's flowing. Yeah, and there's a few more comments coming in that have some positivity, and then Dublin Blade follows up with this is a positive attitude from Dublin Blade knows me. Yeah, exactly, Nicholas. As long as we don't go into this game, we stay up. As long as we score goals, I don't like to see us go out there and just have absolutely no chance. I will make light of this. Matty Cusick, 27 years young, I guess fallen ill and passed away Friday, I want to say it was. Friday afternoon, our time over here. So there will be a moment of silence at the lane today. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Yeah, and I mean, she was more than just a player for the women's team. She was truly a part of the whole Sheffield United club. And I would have said, I told my wife when the news happened, she is the one person I think of when I picture the women's team. And that's because she, was on the SUTV broadcasts a lot last year, providing commentary. She's in almost all of the social media posts, and to have someone that is that big a part of the club and kind of the family, the Blades family, when you lose them so early and unexpectedly, it definitely takes a toll on everybody. So, yeah, definitely, thoughts out to the family, Maddie's family, and the whole Sheffield United team and the women's team. But yeah, we, respects there. Yeah, don't know what else to say, but definitely a hard loss for everybody.
No, it is a very very tough situation, but hopefully we go and win one for her. I would like to. There was supposed to be a moment of silence at the lane. I don't know if it has been already happened, but if it hasn't before the game, we will do it in at the same time as United do it. Somebody said in the chat that it might have already happened, and Sky inadvertently cut to an ad instead of cutting out. That's some big cojones for Sky Sports to pull something like that when we're trying to memorialize a United women's player. And she was on a trajectory that she was through and through United, and it just sucks going too early, man. Oh yeah, they are. It's the moment of silence, Robert. Come on, United! Come on! Let's go.
Let's go, Blades. Do it for Maddie. Here we go.
Teams break the huddle. Paul Heckenbaum looks like he's in fantastic shape. It's really underestimated the shape that man is in. He is a fit gaffer. Eddie Howe on the other touchline. Him and his new money, as we are about to get this one underway. United kicking from right to left. At least that's how they showed. United in their huddle. Can the mighty Blades, as Greasy Chip Buddy rings out around Bramall Lane. No one breaks up a moment of silence like Chad. Of course, Simon. I'll promise to hammer. The crazy thing is they're showing the two kits of United and Newcastle as we are about to go, and they don't have a kit sponsor on the front of us. We are underway at Bramall Lane, and United to get us underway, kicking from right to left. It's at the foot of Jackie Long throw, and he swings it back in, and it's held up for Goose on the ball now. And now over to Jackie Long throw on the ball over to Egan. He kind of hoofs it up, and it's going to go almost out of play, but it doesn't. It's held in, and Trippier and Shar go back and forth with it. And a long lumping ball down pitch, but it's only as far as Longstaff. Over on the left-hand side, they go with Mr. Byrne. Don't touch that. You'll get burned. And he gets it back to Bachman. Back to England international Nick Pope. Over to Trippier. And did it go out? No, it didn't. He held it in. United high press right now. Got Newcastle United in the corner here. And a high fly ball center field. Jackie Longthrow is going to be under it. And it's just kind of hoofed at by an L. Back come Newcastle down the right-hand side. No, that wasn't Jackie Longthrow. Maybe it was. It might have been Luke Thomas. Norwood finally touches the ball, but it's very loose possession to start this one. Mm-hmm. No one can really come. Oh, Souza chops down. Who is that he chopped down? Was it Shar? I think he chopped down. And Newcastle United have a free kick inside their own half. No one can get a handle on the ball there, Robert.
Yeah, little bit of ping ponging back and forth. Blades, I think, one or two players trying to step in to win the ball in a productive area, but alas, some loose touches on both sides and results in that little bit of a free kick. I also think I'm like 15, 20 seconds ahead of you.
Oh, you are?
For some reason. Yeah, I was like, hold on, you're just getting to the foul now? But yeah, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
Good or bad.
Okay. All right. Okay, United have a throw in and a win it in. Bogues has got it on the right-hand side. He finds Archer over to McAtee. McAtee on the ball. McAtack back to Bogues. Bogues in field to Norwood. Back to Anel on the right-hand side. He does a little tricky trick. Puts a break. Oh, is he going to be offside? Is that Bowood on the right-hand side? He puts the ball in. Luke Thomas, back post. Hammer it! Oh, it's blocked. Oh, man, the ball fell to Luke Thomas on the left-hand side, wide open as a barn door, and slams it off the defender. And Newcastle United get let off. A great ball in from Bogues. The whole thing is if Luke Thomas doesn't have to chest it down, he hits it on the volley, it's probably 1-0 United. But he just ping-ponged it off of Trippier and another defender.
Yeah, I think it was Almiron came all the way back there. Yeah. And that's one of those things when the ball's bouncing around like that, there's always a good chance it could hit off an arm. If it has a bit more pace and doesn't die quite as much as it did, that maybe it sneaks in behind the goalkeeper with some odd bounce. So great stuff from Bogle, and finding the pass down the right-hand side into open space. And he had Archer in the middle, and he had Thomas on the far left side. So brilliant stuff there to start this match. Again, we're only 4 minutes into this thing, and Newcastle hasn't quite even gotten into our final third yet.
Yeah, I mean, it is as Nicholas says in chat, real promising start. Yeah. Jackie Longthrow has the ball for a throw in inside Newcastle's half, and it goes out for a goal kick. McAtee got a little confused. And Nick Pope sets the ball down and will get us back underway. But yeah, 4 minutes. United are the better side, having the half-hearted chance, albeit it's not a shot on target, deflected by Trippier and Almiron. This is a United team that is coming out and not wanting to get beat like a drum. which is surprising. Jackie Longthrow cuts a ball up, but it falls to Newcastle player, and Jackie Longthrow cuts it out. It gets held up by Goose. Goose leaves the ball, but Archer comes to get it. Oh, if we could just connect a couple of passes in the midfield. As Souza goes crashing through another Newcastle. Oh, my God. It's so bad in the back. Souza finally on the ball. Over on the left-hand side, Luke Thomas. Oh, my God. He sold JLT short, and it's going to go out. Is it going to go out? Going to go out. Is it a throw into United? Yes, it is. I don't know why we look so shaky at the back. But God almighty. Whew. That was a rough start.
Our midfield and back line, I think you could see the fact that we have numbers there right now. Because we were winning the ball back. We were finding a red and white shirt. Just need cleaner, crisper passes. Luke Thomas, like you pointed it out, did JLT a little dirty there by passing it to him when he had 3 Newcastle players attacking him. That was never going to turn out well, but no, it's good stuff. And you can see United's back line is playing high close to the midfield. And so there's not a lot of space there between the two lines defensively. So Newcastle is going to have to try to figure something else out.
Yeah, for sure. Norwell tries to put a ping over on the left-hand side. It's cut out by Newcastle, and here comes the cavalry up the center of the pitch. It's cleared out by Jackie Longthrow, but only to the head of a Newcastle United defender. McAtee on the ball. It's 4-on-2 right now. He tries to get to Archer. It's cut out, but McAtee will win the ball and let it. Oh, he dinked, and he tried to play a little tricky trick, and United still maintain the ball. Sue's on the ball now on the left-hand side. He finds Luke Thomas. Back to JLT, and we're going to knock it around at the back here. Egan over to Anel on the ball. And it's at the foot of Wes, and he's going to a low line drive, finds McAtee. He's able to chest it down, turns his defender, and gives it back to Souza. Souza still on the ball. Not sure who we saw there. It gets cut out by Newcastle United, but Sheffield United almost win it back, and here come Newcastle the other way. And Callum Wilson on the ball, and a good save by Wes as he gets down for it. Easy shot for Wes to save, but Callum Wilson, not really sure what Egan was doing there. Didn't look very good.
Yeah, and Wes did a decent job. And even Wilson, I mean, he was isolated one-on-one, but didn't have any support. So, decent enough from United to even when Newcastle got an opportunity there, it wasn't dangerous, really. It was just down to Egan and Wes to clean that one up. And we're seeing so far good positive signs. I think we're missing a bit, of quality to get the pass from the midfield to Archer. Yep. We've kicked it towards him a couple different times now and just went straight into a Newcastle player instead of Archer. So a little bit better there, either going out the sides or over the top, because the ball on the ground is getting cut out too frequently so far.
Yeah, it's almost like we're telegraphing our passes as Newcastle have the ball on the left-hand side here in Sheff United half. It's a 50-50 ball there that Anderson and I believe Anel went for it and went off United player, and it'll be a throw to Newcastle.
That's it. And taking the minute of applause right now at the 8th minute. You can see the stands, all the fans in the stands standing up and doing that.
Bogues cuts it out as Newcastle try to get it in the box. Archer loses out to Botman. And here come Newcastle again, having the ball at the back. It's Shar and Botman. Botman on the ball now. Botman. And they work it through the midfield. It's over to Longstaff. Well, I don't know why I said Langstaff. Trippier on the ball now. And Egan tries to get his lunch money, and he's not able to pick his pocket. And it looks like a Newcastle player, Harvey Barnes, laying down. This might be a possible injury concern. They did stop play. Eddie Howe's like,
yeah, they
"What is
kicked
your
the ball
name?"
out there.
Yes. So we will have a. Okay, tell me this. If we go to the end of the first half and we only got 3 minutes, are they just tacking this on to the end of the game? Added time? Looks like
It's
Anthony
not supposed to
Gordon.
work that way.
No,
So
it's not. Although I did watch Southampton Middlesbrough yesterday, and they're not abiding by the same rules either. They are strictly on the championship rules where we have basically 5 minutes at a time.
mm,
And it looks like Anthony Gordon is sent out to warm up. Harvey Barnes might be pulled on 10 minutes in this game. While we have a minute, Roberto, what minute of the game are you on?
I got 10:38 right now. So
Wow, I am like 20
yeah, like
seconds behind you. Hold on, let me see. Are you on Peacock or are you on your cable stream?
oh, I'm on the cable stream. Yeah, watching on USA Network.
I don't think United's game's on here. Let me see if it's on Peacock. Nope.
Yeah.
They
Well,
took it
as
away.
you're doing that, I'll just Dublin Blade kind of talking about going high and long. I agree there. We've got the pace. You just got to find the right pass, and right now the pass on the ground is being cut out consistently. So we definitely need to figure out how we want to progress the ball up the field, because it's not been successful thus far. And the one real good opportunity we did have was Bogle going up the right hand side. So I would argue that we find outlet to the flanks and move it up that way, and let our two defensive midfielders that we have help cover us on the back if we lose possession, because that's the only reason why Bogle or gosh, I'm blanking on our left back, Thomas.
Luke
They would want to sit back because of the defensive. You lose possession, and so you want to have the ball back there. But other than that, like, we have the midfield stack, so Norwood can drop deep, Sousa can drop deep. Wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, I agree. For you keeping score at home, that is Anthony Gordon 10 on, Harvey Barnes 15 out of this one. Early injury to Harvey Barnes as we are back underway. Newcastle have the ball. It's at the foot of Trippier in the United half. Dummies it to Callum Wilson. They are looking for Gordon. United cut it out, but it's over on the left-hand side for Newcastle. Looking for Bruno. Bruno puts the ball in, but it's cut out. Hamer cuts it out. And now it's to Norwood, over to Anel, back to Wesley, and we're just going to shank it down pitch. Archer tries to get a hold of it. Norwood cuts the ball out, and here come United. On the right-hand side, we have McAtee. Attack looking to take on Dan Burn. He puts it back in the midfield for Norwood, over to Bogues. Norwood on the ball, over to Sousa. Vinny Sousa on the ball. JLT now with it. Luke Thomas with it. JLT, BLT. Wes on the ball. And we're just passing it between Norwood and Wes right now. And I don't know if that's time wasting at its finest. Ooh, that was cut out. As Dan Burn, the ball falls to McAtee. Dan Burn tried to cut the ball out, fell back to McAtee. McAtee on the run on the right-hand side. Anthony Gordon closes him down. Bogues to McAtee. McAtee outside of the foot to Luke Thomas. He shanked the hell out of it. Golly, that was a shank and a half. It's like a foul ball on a 2-2 pitch, and just gets it right in on the hands.
Yep.
Just a clear foul there.
He has had both of our 2 shots so far in this game. Both, again, coming from play working up the right-hand side, this time Bogle and McAtee. And you see the replay there. McAtee just onside from that pass from Bogle. Great stuff. And, I like this late run from Thomas into the box because he's unmarked both times.
Yeah.
You just got to get the shot back on target. And yeah, good stuff from United again. Winning the ball and working it up.
It is, the outside of the foot flick from Mac attack. Boy. that was impressive, but no one's gonna bury that. It bounced up for an awkward bounce for Luke Thomas. He's not gonna be able to bury that thing in the back of the net, but it
Simon
is.
thinks LaRucci
Yeah,
buries this.
yeah, I saw that. I was gonna pull that out. That's the biggest load of BS I've ever been a part of.
LaRucci would get there too quick. He's too pacey. You need a little bit slower legs.
Yeah, exactly. Back underway in this one. Newcastle have us in our own half. They're just kind of passing it about. It's with Shaw right now over to Trippier. Trippier on the ball, and it's cleared out by a deflection off of Goose. And it's at the foot of Nick Pope, and he gets it started again. Char over to Botman, back to Char. They're just kind of patiently probing. Char's going to go on a run, marauding through the midfield. He tries to. Oh boy, that almost got a mix up at the back. Squarehead Egan heads it back to West, and it was almost a nervy moment as Callum Wilson almost got on the end of that. West bowls it out to Egan on the right-hand side, and it's cut out. And it's back with Botman, and is he gonna go back to Nick Pope? And he does. United going a high press again. Luke Thomas closing down Trippier, who just high fly balls it to center field, and it gets cleared out. But the balls gets put back into Callum Wilson. Norwood cuts it out. Good play from Ali Oxenfree outside of the boot. Up to Souza, back looking for Gus. Gus is being held. Where's a foul? He didn't even play advantage. Lays it off with Mack. It's over to Norwood on the right-hand side. He finds Luke Thomas. It seems like Newcastle United are forgetting about Luke Thomas. Mm-hmm. Archer puts it into Mack. Mack tries to go back heel to Archer and not able to find him. And that's going to be a foul. As Gus just comes right through the back of, I don't know who it's Bruno, baby.
So that whole passage of play right there, brilliant. I just want to I was staring at this like, oh man, this is amazing. Every pass was good. Every pass was on point. Anytime Newcastle kind of got a little bit of a deflection, it felt us, and just brilliant stuff from United. And like you said, Luke Thomas, he's just got the space. They're not seeing him from wherever he's running from. It's really good.
They basically think we're playing with like 10 guys out there because that whole left side is not man marking at all. United have the ball back. It's at the feet of James McAtee. He's pulled back. Goose is going to have a go. Is it going to go up for a corner? No, it's deflected. Goose is going to track it down in the corner. He finds Vinny Souza, top of the box. At least we have a shot on target. Easily saved by Nick Pope. 17 and a half minutes. Goose. I mean, you can't fault Vinny Souza for having this shot. Hamer puts the ball in. Souza, nobody marking him. Might as well have a rip, and he does. Albeit it is straight down the throat of Nick Pope, and easy save as you like.
Yeah, but you've got the time and space there. You just rip one, Yeah, it doesn't hurt. And man, we keep winning these balls in good areas, and not gonna lie, like the last 5 minutes has been good for United.
It's been a really, really bright start here. I can't think. Are they giving us what
I think we won that throw.
Is it our? So I'm guessing it's our throw. Okay, as United have the ball, Archer a little loose pass. Gus finds Bogues on the right-hand side. But we'll look for Norwood inside over to Souza on the left. Luke Thomas again in acres of space. He's going to give it back to Jackie Longthrow. Jackie Longthrow comes inside to Norwood, whose pass is cut out. That was a pretty bad pass from Norwood. And they're off to the races. I don't know what John Egan was doing. He just laid in the floor and was like, here, I'm going to stop it. West clears it down pitch. And it's at the feet of Newcastle. I believe there's a judge to be a foul there.
Yeah.
And Newcastle United will have a free kick.
Yeah, watching the replay of that one just now at Hammer, just watches the player, not the ball, and just gives him a little shoulder. I think Longstaff makes a bit more of it than there was, but it's a foul.
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. That's a Premier League foul. That's how our players don't know how to take fouls.
Yeah.
That's the difference between us and them when it comes to fouls. That Sunderland go behind to Cardiff. Damn it. And on the ball again is Newcastle over the right-hand side. Trippier. Gus trying to close down Trippier. He forces the ball inside to Bruno, baby. And Longstaff's on the ball now. Little bit. That's going to be Johnny Squarehead Egan's going to go in the book. Or no, is that JLT? JLT is going to go in the book here in a minute when play stops. Because he prevented a run from, it looked like Bruno, baby. Anthony Gordon on the ball. It is cut out now. I'm surprised they're not giving a free kick for all this build-up play. Then, okay, is Jackie Longthrough going to get booked? It's Bruno, baby. And it's going to be a throw-in. I don't think Jackie Longthrough is going to get booked. Oh, guess not. Newcastle have a throw-in. It deflects off Bogues' face. And Dan Burns going to throw this one in almost level with our penalty box. And now I think the ball went out. It's 1-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, I thought the ball went out too. I haven't seen a replay.
Yeah, that's something out of nothing there. And Longstaff makes it 1-0 against the run of play.
Which is odd to think about, that we were definitely in control, but that ball.
Yeah, I mean, that was something out of nothing. Longstaff.
Oh, and it hit his hand, and it went out of play. Yeah, they're going to call this back. It bounced off Gordon's hand. It bounced out of play.
Well, they should, but they're not. It's going to stay 1-0 Newcastle. This is, if they don't chop this goal off, the stream's going to end right now, because I'm just going to hit end stream, because it hits his hand and the ball's over the line. That is clear as day, not a goal.
Yeah,
100%.
Also, while we've got the moment waiting,
I mean, the ball is behind the line.
And they give it? How? Even the handball? I am shocked. We're playing football still, and it's 1-0. Oh.
Wow.
I don't understand. I do not understand at all.
Wow. You can't beat the refs, man. You cannot beat it. A clear as day handball. And like, what do we have VAR for? What are we doing here? I hope we lose this game 7-0. Screw this league. Oh my God. Unbelievable. If I could swear on here, it'd be F this and F that. Unbelievable. How can anybody in their right mind say that is an honest goal there?
Yeah.
How can anybody in their right mind say that is an honest goal?
So I'll give them that, like, on the camera that was right down the line, the ball still technically had a sliver that was in play. Fine, whatever. But it bounced and touched his hand, and it wasn't a natural, like, next to your body position. His hand was out. There is absolutely no way you can't give that as a handball. And if VAR can't step in and fix something like that, then, ridiculous.
I mean, what is the point of watching these games now? What is the point of this? I mean, they owe us one now. They're going to have to give us a goal at some point. If we lose this 1-0, this is the biggest crock of BS I have ever seen.
I mean, this is as bad as the ghost goal.
Against Villa.
Yeah, I mean, that kept him in the league, and now they're top half side with all the money. So
hit it, get it in there. Damn it! I don't even feel like doing this anymore. What is the point? What is the point of doing this? We're playing with both hands and feet tied behind our back. We can't beat the refs and Newcastle.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense at all. We're not going to score, and this is going to be the final score. It's going to be 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 1-0.
And the worst part, right? It's not like Newcastle had been the better team. We were the better side. That goal was against the run of play, like you pointed out. So to have like all of that happen when we're supposed to be losing and we aren't losing, and then you don't go and look at that, and so now Newcastle, like it, all of the things, just ridiculous. But we got a corner now, so
that's probably be a Newcastle foul or throw in. Yeah, and United have a corner, but it ain't gonna amount to anything. Simon says they changed the rule in 2022 with the explanation here.
I don't know if that's sarcasm or not.
No, I mean he says they changed it in 2021, 2022. Hamer has a rip and it's way over. For anybody that doesn't know, Simon put this in the chat.
It just doesn't see. I don't know.
I mean, I could see if the ball is not over the line, but from the angle, like you said, the angle behind the goal, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Here comes the one to be adjudged. That was a little bit of a frustration tackle there from Manel. The whole thing is we don't need to get we don't need to lose our heads and get an L sent off. I mean, he chopped him down like crazy.
Yeah. So yes, we were talking the handball this whole time. And yeah, it did look like he dribbled it, like he was playing basketball. So I don't know, accidental or not. If that is the rule though, like that is a silly.
Well,
silly
it probably they probably changed it to benefit the teams that have, obviously they say for, it's the betterment of the league, but yeah. I feel like they've slanted this towards the obviously the bigger teams in this league, but
yeah, because I mean the top sides are going to have more possession in the box. They're going to have more opportunities for an accidental handball to go their way. So, like, yeah, rules like this will only ever benefit the better teams. Just silly.
Yeah,
and now like we've lost some of the momentum too in the match.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Now
this absolutely kills your team now.
I've lost my momentum in the match. I was feeling great. I was complimenting everybody. I think our like stack the midfield tactic was working, and yeah.
Can we have a petition to have 25 teams in the championship this year?
Yeah, well,
I think Luton would want the same thing because they suck about as bad as we do. I mean that only those two games against Luton are probably going to be the funnest games we had this year. In all honesty,
I hope so. I mean that we got to win something. And yeah, they're at least a team that, will play correctly.
Yeah, exactly. Newcastle have another corner. I mean, yeah, this is what is the point to doing this anymore? Because this is. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't call. I'm surprised they didn't call that a. We touched it. They touched it. Handball penalty to Newcastle. West had to make a save because it got deflected. I've kind of just basically tuned this one out. Did it? Hold on. It hit him in his elbow.
Yeah, but that one I'll
That
give you.
one was that one was more to his side. So I mean, granted, I get it. Ball comes in, back post 2-0.
Yep.
This one is all over. Danny Byrne with the goal, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is all over. Danny Byrne with the goal on 31 minutes. All right, kids, what do you guys want to talk about for the next 70 minutes?
Well, I feel like this goal we can actually analyze because it was legitimate. First, Anel needed to have done better. That you can't follow your man through the box. And second, since when do we not have someone marking the back post? We've always had someone there. Whether or not they actually do anything, we always have someone there. That's kind of silly from the way we set up on that corner. So, yeah, those are my two comments on the first legitimate goal for Newcastle in today's match.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
this is a good old hiding coming up here now. The player that everybody thought was going to be the best in the defense for us has looked probably the worst.
Yeah, of the three.
Of the three. Anel just is not equipped for this level. We're gonna get absolutely run over now. I forgot to change the score. That's how locked in I am on this. If you guys are just joining us, this one's over. Inside 30 minutes or 31 minutes. That is sheesh. You guys want to talk about NFL football?
Hold on, you're missing great Jack Robinson stuff.
Yeah. This is here we go. Now we have a bust up here. Jackie Long, though. Please send him off, ref. Please send him off.
This is ridiculous. First off, that he blows his whistle at all, because Jack Robinson wins the ball cleanly twice. 1 win there, 2 wins there.
5. Okay, Jackie Longtow's going in the book.
And yet he's the one who gets a yellow card out of that? I do not understand. He didn't throw his leg up into another player. He kicks the ball cleanly twice in a row. The follow-through is through the guy's legs, because that's where the ball went. There's absolutely no reason for him to get a card or a foul. This is...
Yeah, it looks like a 50-50 ball to me.
It's even less than a 50-50 ball. The other player was late to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Went through a player's ball or like...
If anything, it should be a foul on Longstaff.
If that's how you have to play, if you can't win a ball like that, what else is he supposed to do? You can't. Oh my God, I usually I can justify stupidity in the Premier League because it's just whatever. These two things today are getting to me.
Yeah. It's all good. And it's not like we're in the 70th minute. We're only in the 34th minute. Oh boy, we have got a long way to go. Newcastle free kick. They'll probably get another one. That's 3. That's 3. It's Botman with a goal.
And again, from a free kick that shouldn't have been given.
Yep.
This game, if anything, is 1-0 Newcastle. In my mind, I'm going to sound real sour for the next 60 minutes.
We're due a good hiding, aren't we? This one's going to be like 5 or 6 new.
But also, Luke Thomas there playing the man and not the ball. I mean, you got to do better there. Norwood was never going to be able to win that header. And I think Wes was a little too static on his line. But
yep.
Again, all from a free kick that shouldn't have been given. Just want to point that out there.
So if you're just joining us, it's 3-0 to New Money.
You know how in the US most officials wear the zebra stripes, the white and black. Think basketball, football, like American football. Newcastle wears white and black, so maybe there's some correlation there to the way the refs decided this match today. I don't know. Just food for thought for the folks at home.
Oh. I mean, Bramall Lane is going to be an empty place come halftime.
Yep, another player went down. Ref was like saying, "Play on, advantage." No way. Ridiculous.
Do. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm surprised that's not a penalty. I'm just it's yeah, you if it's 0-0, that's a penalty because Bogle makes contact with his leg. As Simon says, that was a foul.
Right. That one. The first player who was rolling around on the floor, that's the one I was calling out. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, Bogle does get Gordon there and probably could
a penalty.
Call something.
Kellen Wilson has a shot. And United are just kind of knocking the ball around until they're going to foul somebody and there'll be a red card.
There's a card. No? He at least gets the foul, but no card? Sorry, I realize I'm still 20 seconds ahead of you.
It's fine. At this point, it doesn't matter. At this point, it does not even matter.
Yeah. You'll see it. Almiron's going to go through Bogle, not get a card. Not win the ball.
Yeah,
but Robinson wins the ball, and a player throws himself into him, and he gets a yellow card. All because Kieran Trippier runs up and pushes Robinson and then yells at the ref and doesn't get a card for going and talking to the ref. Let's point that one out again.
Yeah.
Consistency, folks. Consistency.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's one thing.
It's a good thing I don't drink while doing these watch-alongs. Because I am an awful sports fan when I'm drunk or drinking and watching, and my team's not doing well, and the ref isn't calling the game right, you should see me in person, man. I go crazy.
Yeah, right.
So I gotta stick to like coffee and water here, because this family friendly stream would become very not family friendly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm biting my tongue. I can taste the blood running down my throat right now. Yeah, it's just it is what it is, but it's comical when you know. I feel like at some point we can't be the only supporters of a team in the bottom half that feel like this. I just feel that it's like it's one of those deals where you can't tell me they're not gonna, when it comes to decisions like this, they're not going to penalize Luton as bad as us. But somebody threw something at.
I think Anderson for Newcastle got hit on that last goal celebration with a rogue beverage bottle.
Yeah. It I don't know.
The worst part about all this is, sure, we could have lost this game 1-0 or whatever, but the goal difference hit that we're taking now, because it's 3-0, is just not good. It's not good.
No. Yeah, God, less than you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a counter of how many he's, even if Archer gets these offsides. We're losing 3-0 and have 52% of the possession. At some point, I'm going to make a calendar or a countdown of how many days until we're back in the championship. Is it? Oh God, we're not even at halftime yet. Yeah. So you guys want to talk about the NFL slate coming up here in about an hour? It's 4. No, West saved it. Should have been 4.
Yeah, and again, moments like that, right? West making a good save. When the refs take the decisions out of the player's hand and decide the game for themselves, you miss moments like that, where that could have been like a game-saving play where we're still in this thing, but instead we're down 3-0, and you're just ruining the game. I don't know how this is a better product for the Premier League than what you get in the Championship.
Yeah, it just blows my mind how the one thing is how any supporter of as you can see, the fans are heading for the exits. The one thing that blows my mind is how Robert has to leave us.
I'll be back.
Okay, Robert will leave us and hop off. I'll remove his screen so it's just not a blank space. It just, I mean, there can't be any Newcastle fan that doesn't believe that first goal was not a handball. I mean, come on. I mean, but it is what it is. We won't cry over sour grapes. It is what it is. You guys aren't really missing much. Newcastle just controlling it, as they're going to do for probably the next 45 minutes, and United just hang on and give a couple more goals up, and then it'll finish about 5-6-0. Yeah, Dublin, you are right. You are absolutely right. Yeah, schoolboy defending, but the whole thing is everybody pegged and now as a world beater at defense, and I think they got Cameron Archer for a handball in that build up to that play. I don't know what it was. It definitely wasn't offsides because he didn't show. It didn't. Man, Newcastle have the ball on the left hand side. And we're going to go into 6 added minutes of stoppage time. 6 added minutes of stoppage time. I'm just not in it today, guys. I apologize. After controversy of the first one, I've kind of tuned it out because that's how the game's gonna go. But thanks for joining us. And we are in the first 45 seconds of added time in the first half. United have a free kick that sees McAtee down the left-hand side, but it's cut out by Newcastle, and Newcastle get it back. No, I don't think, Nicholas, you are exactly right. Yep. Trippier overlapping, and he just plays it out. So this will just be a training session for Newcastle going forward. Biggest thing in our case, not getting anybody sent off in the next 45 minutes. And yeah, and not get anyone injured. As Wes is going to get us back underway. United just kind of knocking it around. And Gus has it. We still have fight, but you just tell that the players are zapped out of them. Sean McBurney and Brewster. It's over on the left-hand side now. Newcastle still on the ball. And we sell it short. That one had to be mopped up at the back. And that ball went over the line as well. But Egan's got to come through and clean it up. Oh, they called that one over the line, but not the one before that. Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about for the next 45 and some change? Because this match is basically over. at halftime. Newcastle come with the ball down the left-hand side. I don't blame you guys. You switch off and go get enjoy the rest of your weekends. Because if I wasn't on here, I'd definitely be tuning it out. Archer going up for it, doesn't get it. McAtee gets nutmegged. Nicholas, I think he asked, I'll put the question back up. Where we stand in the champ. I think we'll be a decent side in the championship. Obviously, odds-on favorites probably to go back up with. I don't think Luton will be up there. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I mean, obviously, we're going to lose some players. The key is to how do we. Yeah, Simon says in the chat, we're going to lose Archer because he'll go back to Villa. McAtee obviously will go. But the key is United don't need to sack Hecky, which knowing United we'll screw it up and then sack him. Here comes another shot in from Gordon, tipped over by Wes. I would just blow the full time for the first half and not let them take the corner, but it probably won't happen. But no, I think how we spend our money next. Oh, that's nice. That's nice of the refs to just let us go to halftime. Roberto's back.
I'm back.
I was just talking to our lovely people in the chat about how we are going to back in the championship, and I said if we spend well, I mean, buy a few players. You're gonna lose Archer. You'll probably lose Hamer as well. I would imagine that we'll lose Hamer because he's a Premier League player, so we'll probably sell him. Anel and Egan, to a fair to say, they might be hitting the doors as well. Brewster will be gone. McBurney will probably, if he goes and has a decent season, he'll probably be gone as well. So we'll just have to adapt, and how we hit the ground running next year is going to be really important.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I'm not knowing exactly what you've already said and what the folks in the chat have said, I personally think that if we go down, I don't know if we lose that many players other than some of the loan players we brought in, because we've got all these guys on long-term deals. And if you can convince them all, hey, stick around, you know the club now, we can bounce right back up and give it another shot in the Premier League. Everybody will be that much more settled in. You'll have a far more consistency with style of play. I truly think that we can bounce right back up and make a successful run at it in 2 seasons. Because the difference is the first time around, you had the team bouncing up to the Premier League, and it was like a shock that we did so well and that we stayed up. And the following season, we made like the purchases and the loans that we made were not very high quality and kind of seemed almost like rushed because we were just expecting to get relegated. So the players that did kind of stick with us throughout that, which is basically Sander Berge, in my opinion, was like the main one. And Jack Robinson turned out to be pretty decent in the end. Those two were the ones that then when we went down, stayed with us, got that consistency built back in, and then we were able to push last year to come back up. So I think if we can convince the players that we have now, hey, don't leave us. This is where you want to be. We're going to be back there the following season. I don't think we actually lose that many guys, especially McBurney. I think McBurney's a blade now, whether we go up or down. I think he's there. Maybe Archer, but I don't know if Archer shows enough this season. Hamer, like, you definitely get your money back for him, but I don't know. I think you could make a poll for the 1 season return. I don't know. And an Egan and Nell, I don't think they'll they'll leave. As Dublin Blade, you're just like writing down my thoughts for me.
Well, I was reading something this week because we're gonna have to space fill for 45 minutes, whether we like it or not, Robert. Because that's not even gonna be. That's not even gonna be. The game's not even gonna be worth talking about in the second half.
Right.
But I was reading somewhere. I think they're gonna extend a contract extension to McBurney, whether it's for a
I
year
thought
or it's
so.
a brand new deal.
Mhm.
I would like to see him stay. You know, the lure of playing for a middle of the road Prem team probably lures him away a bit. I don't really know. I mean, I'd
Mhm.
like to see him stay. I mean, obviously, you can cut the dead weight of Brewster. You can cut the dead weight of, you know, I'd cut Traore back. I would re, I would rebuild our, almost striking core. You got to look. Is Souza gonna be? It's one of I don't know. Hamer. Looking at the lineup I have, I'd try and sign Luke Thomas from Leicester. I
Yeah.
would. I seriously would. I think he's a good player. I'd get rid of Bogle. Anel, he can go as well. Egan, because he's been here so long. JLT, yeah, you keep. McAtee's going to go back to City. Hamer's going to go. Norwood, he'll always be here. Souza, question mark, and Archer will go back to Villa. Then you have Davies will go. Trusty, he can slot in where Anel was. Basham, we'll get rid of him. Larucci gone. You got the kids. You got Tom Davies, Slimani, Sariki, Brooks, Traore, see ya. The kids I'd keep because they're kids. Yeah, it is what it is. I think we do have a lot to build for next year, but I mean, I think you're gonna have to use this as a payday right now. We're gonna make a
Mhm.
payday for getting turned over for 38 games, go down, and then hopefully we take in a little bit of cash, spend a little bit, and be okay. And spend the next 15, 20, 40, 100 years, or until I'm not no longer on this earth, in the second division. Um are so let's see. What do you guys think from the Sheff United way? Tweet putting in chat row here. 3 goals conceded by 3 crosses, 2 set goal pieces conceded. As they're showing the Anthony Gordon dribbling. It's just not Premier League defense, in my honest opinion. But I don't know. It's we just don't have the players for this league, and we all know that. I mean, that's why I don't take these defeats to heart like I did when we were in the championship.
Mhm.
Um it's I mean, it is what it is. It should be probably 4-0 in the Newcastle fans like, "Oh my god, we got robbed of another goal."
Oh, with the pen
Yeah,
call.
with a pen because
Yeah.
they showed the handball and I'm imagining they're saying it's a good goal. The ball didn't go out. Then they show the Bogle penalty. So anyway you cut it, it's Newcastle. Give them 7. Give them whatever they want. The oil money. If it weren't for the oil money, they'd probably be playing in the second division at this point now. So,
Right.
Because they were dead last when the Saudis took over. But what do you do come the second half, Robert?
I mean, honestly, you just got to find what we had the first 20 minutes before the ref took control of this game. We were in control, and Newcastle didn't look like they were going to do much. It was the odd, strike from Callum Wilson aside. We had all majority of the possession. We were on the front foot, and we were creating the better opportunities. And so I think we just need to get back to that. Yeah, we're down 3 goals at this point, but you can't change that. I can complain all I want, but the players shouldn't be focused on that. They should be focused on how do we try to claw back into this match, save the goal difference, save face, things like that. And I'm hoping Heckingbottom is telling them something like that, because honestly, the first 20 minutes, we looked great. There was a lot of positivity in the side. We were making passes. We were finding the open man. Midfield was ours. Newcastle could not go up through the middle. They had to go over the top or around. And it wasn't until we got on the back foot and started getting shaky and stopped believing in ourselves that Newcastle then poured on all the goals. And, we was pointed out, 3 goals from, crosses, 2 from set pieces. So defensively, we just need to, when we're in those situations of, what's going to happen, someone's going to try to score from this, you have to be strong mentally when you're on defense. It's the situations from open play where you might have a little bit of, okay, we just had bad positioning, we got caught out, whatever. Set pieces, you're defending from somewhere where where everybody is starting. You may not know exactly the routes they're going to run, but you have everything in your control as a defense from a set play. So to concede 2, even if one shouldn't have been given, but to concede 2 that way, like, you got to change that for the second half. We cannot be conceding set piece goals the rest of the game, the rest of the season. Honestly, we need to be better at that. So that's where I would focus, is get back to the free flowing passing that we had in the first half, finding the open man, looking forward, making the runs, because it was working for the first 20 minutes, and then focus on set plays. Just focus. That's all you need. Just think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you do that for the rest of the game, even if it ends 3-0, even if Newcastle get a freak goal and it's 4-0, that I would be happy with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it is what it is. When do we play next week? We'll play 10 a.m. next Saturday. It is what it is. They're just way better, and everybody knows that. Oh wow! I wonder how come my picture doesn't get put on here. I shared a picture a couple weeks ago, and they don't put it up there. What kind of BS is that? Scott says it looks like Davies is coming on. Which one? Tom Davies or Adam Davies? I mean, it's 100% a different outcome if that first goal doesn't go in.
Yeah.
It's Oh, it's Tom Davies coming on.
Tom Davies. All right.
Curious
who he's coming in for.
What I would do if I was United, every time I get the ball, I just hammer one at the goal. I would just absolutely hammer one at the goal. Yeah. Batten down the hatches, play some pride, sneak. I mean, yeah, it could happen, but golly, we got another 45 minutes of this to watch. Oh, golly. We got another 45 minutes of this to watch. Ew, boy. There's a guy in the chat that's hoping our players get injured. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, all right, you're stirring the pot. Okay, whatever. But golly, man, don't wish for any injuries on players. Like, what in God's honest name is wrong with some people? Yeah, I don't really know what you do. You just don't concede more goals. I just put 11 people on the line and just let Newcastle just kind of rip them. And if you save them, you save them. If you don't, you go in.
I wouldn't do that. I think we showed in the first 15, 20 minutes that
much funner.
We can score goals. We can have better possession. We can have a better attacking play. We just need to get back to that. So,
did you happen to see the promo for Sunday NFL or Sunday Night Football on NBC? They just showed it, and I thought it was Ben Roethlisberger, but it was T.J. Watt, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, they got Ben Roethlisberger up there."
Yeah, they usually show the quarterbacks, but I don't know if you want to show Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett in his tiny hands.
Yeah, it's okay. My wife went to Pitt, so like that's their player, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Also, I don't understand the people in the chat ragging on the first club ever. I mean, they're multiple tiers down. I don't know what makes them filthy.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah.
Like that, and like don't know the handball. I mean, I can't speak to their fans and if they know the handball rule or not. Honestly, Sheffield FC, if they don't know handball, I mean, they were there when it was invented, probably.
Invented, so. Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it's been around a long time. Yeah, it's it is what it is. To finish this one out,
yeah,
we're gonna. Oh man, Dublin Blade.
Andy's got a good point here. You know, the decisions that the refs make, that's for us as fans and as commentators on the game, you can say to argue about, right? That's the role that we've put ourselves in. And chat, you guys feel free to add your opinions, but the players, they can't let that get to their heads. They have to play better. They have to focus on the game and try to claw back into this thing. And, you know, the comment around tapping it in front of our 12-yard box, it worked for the most part at the beginning of that first half. It was once Newcastle's confidence brought them back into the game that, you know, it started to not work. And then at that point, you're just lumping it forward like the ref last week wanted us to do. So, you know, that part, you know, we can discuss tactically on, is that the right play? But absolutely, the mentality's got to be there. You cannot let poor decisions, you know, ruin your day. And Jonathan here, appreciate the donation to the channel.
I think that's the first one of the season.
Yeah. Chad, how did you become a Sheffield United fan as the game kicks off?
I decided to just wanted misery and pain. Misery and pain. Yeah. 2015. I was tired of this American fair weatherness over here and supporting, because I assure you, you go back about 3 calendar years and Newcastle United has jack squat for fans over here in the United States. And now everywhere you go, you see black and white stripes, and oh my God, we've been fans for forever. And but yeah, I hated the American fairweatherism in following a winner all the time. So yeah, that's how I became a Sheffield United fan.
That's it. Yeah, and I was a fan of the video game Football Manager and all its various iterations. And one of the first teams I ever played with was Sheffield United back when they were in League One days. So honestly, it was the season that Chris Wilder took over was the first season I played. And fast forward a couple years, I was like, I'm going to start watching Premier League, and that happened to be the lads' first season back in the big time, with Chris Wilder leading them to a top half finish. So all the stars pointed to I'm a Blade, and it's been a fun ride ever since, I'll say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a fun ride. We're going to a back 11, Scott. I don't know if you didn't join. We're just putting all 11 players on the goal line and just going to have Newcastle rip shots at us and try and save them all. And we'll do our darndest to keep the scoreline at 3-0. You really haven't missed much. I think this is going to be just a pass it about for Newcastle to wind the clock. There better not be any added time at the end of this one. Golly, ball over the top. Right into Wes's hands. So, yeah. Yeah.
That I guess the substitution was Traore for Bogle?
Yeah, that's what it was. I got an update that says, if you keeping score at home, Number 20, Jaden Bogoloff on Benai Traore. Number 11, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely a back four, pushing up more players into the attack. And again, I thought Bogle was decent, but you can't really take a center back off in this league. You kind of have to have all of them on. So
yeah, the Michael Brown comment on the screen now. The reason they're doing it is because it's going to be the biggest over here in the States with the amount of the coverage of this top division where you can watch every game every weekend. With the amount of coverage, you'd be dumb not to invest in a side right now in this league, because the amount of coverage for the team in the top flight, it's unrivaled to anything else, any other league. And the ratings for the Premier League are going to be, in my opinion, in the next 3 years, are probably going to be more than the NFL. That's just how it's going, because there's more and more people that are getting turned on to it, because if it has a tie to American football, like Tom Brady at Birmingham City, J.J. Watt at Burnley, the 49ers buying Leeds. Leeds has a big contingency of fans over here.
I think even the Fulham owner is the owner of the Jaguars, Jacksonville. So.
Shad Khan. So, I mean, it is one of those deals where all the investment is coming from over here, and it's just going to draw more eyeballs from this over there. And you can already see it happening, because you can see, and Americans are synonymous for jumping on the wagon of teams that win all the time. And 99% of the people are for the top 8 teams in the league, in this league. You very rarely, very, very, very rarely will find a team outside of the top 8 that somebody is supporting. And that's just kind of a bummer deal. And it goes to the coverage over here has skewed more heavily in favor of the big 8 sides, and it doesn't show anything to the rest of the teams in this division. So we're just you guys aren't really missing anything.
Yeah, we're trying to link some passes together, but we're going side to side more than we are, east west more than north south. So trying to keep possession. I think the back four is interesting. I'm not exactly sure where Traore's role is, and you can tell a couple different times we've won the ball and looked for an outlet pass to the right hand side, and Anel has been in one spot where he normally is as a wide center back, and not where Bogle is on the touch line on the side. So that's going to be interesting when we're looking for those outlet passes to move possession up the flanks, because we've basically gone to a back four and stacked the front middle part of the field. And if we can't get the ball to them in the middle, then it doesn't really do much.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're pretty much spot on. I mean, this is no handball. Ball stays in play. It's interesting. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know. If you're at Bramwell Lane right now, how in the hell did you come and sit back down in your seat after halftime? Golly, I'd be getting
we're proper fans, honestly.
I'd be getting hammered at the bar right now. Well, it is a Sunday night over there. Everybody's got to work tomorrow, so.
But no, I mean, we're like, when your team sucks, you still show up, right? Because you're a true fan, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the other part, is that we're so used to supporting our team through the ups and downs that all of our complaints, like for me personally, I look for the external factors. I hardly ever do an introspective, like look in at like, oh, our team sucks. I'm more like, our players are doing fine, but what did the ref do? Because I hate like ragging on my own team. So for me personally, when my team's losing and I'm there in person, any sport, I will always come back to my seat. I'm not going to leave early. My wife will tell you. She's like, "Hey, we could beat the traffic." I'm like, "No, we're losing. I don't care. I want to stay here." And then we come back and win a game. I was at a Cincinnati match against New York Red Bulls. 75th minute, we're down 1-0. She's like, "We could go now." I'm like, "No, I want to stay here." Lo and behold, we won 2-1. So that's the kind of person I am. I'm going to sit in my seat or stand at my seat until the final whistle's blown. As Nick Cook.
Whoa, firing it in here.
Huge donation.
Appreciate it, Nicholas.
They can take away our goals. They can take away their offsides, but they will never take our passion for the red and white Wizards. We will never falter our loyalty. Up the blades forever. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Piss on them. Just think how much fun we're going to be having this time next year. We're in the second division.
Yeah.
We play all our games at the same damn time. We don't do this BS where we move it around, play on Sundays. Nope, we play at 10 a.m., 3 p.m. kickoffs, maybe the early kickoff every once in a while, maybe a Friday night game, but no, none of this playing Sunday, playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. Yeah. Other than that, don't forget next Saturday, Iowa versus Michigan State on Peacock, college football, 7 Eastern. Be there or be square. Back to you in the studio. Well, we're not doing anything. Really, guys, we are literally not doing anything. We are basically passing this ball out for the next 35 minutes?
Yeah, Luke Thomas multiple times now has been free and open on the left-hand side, like right on the touchline, and the pass has not been made to him. We haven't even attempted it. And if he gets a ball in some space, he makes that run, and we're free and clear with extra bodies running up the middle. And I'm sure that's what tactically we're set up to do right now. Well, I'll let you watch that one.
Oh, is it going to be another one? Gonna have a rip. Oh, wow. All right. Callum Wilson makes it 4.
Yeah.
And it is 4-0. Good
casual as you like here.
Boo-doo-doo.
And Anel again, closest man. Egan's kind of caught between 2 players, and Wilson heads it right between Wes's legs. I think it even clips the bottom of his shorts there in the middle. Scary stuff.
Getting an absolute hiding today, boys and girls. 4 out and down.
Yeah, Kieran Trippier is a good player. I will give him that.
He is. Unless he plays on England's stage. God, because he sucks so bad for England. I mean, it is pathetic how bad he is for England. Yeah, I was just about to pull that up. Thanks for doing that. How we only lost 2-1 to Man City and lose 4, maybe 5 or 6-0.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something in the air tonight, and not in a good way.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, long. That's Mike Tyson's favorite song. It's my favorite song, baby.
Yep, Anel. I will agree that Anel has not looked sharp today. He had like one really bad game last year. I think it was because he was sick. or something.
Yeah, when he
but
had what was it?
glandular fever. Or
Glandular
whatever.
fever. Yeah.
But like honestly, he has not looked comfortable defending against Premier League talent. And I don't think it's because he's a bad player. I think his skill set just might not quite be what this level needs. And I think it's something he could get to, but he has shown that he just either doesn't have the speed, the strength, just even the mental awareness to be in the right spot, honestly. And since we don't have the possession and we're not moving forward, he hasn't been able to affect the positive run of play offensively, which is part of his game and part of what made him so successful last year. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, at this point if we took him off and gave Austin Trusty a run out.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with the yellow card. I mean, you don't want to lose
I wouldn't.
player.
I wouldn't mind that. You can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, long. So we got about 30 minutes left of this disaster. Yeah, Simon, you're right. NL does seem a shell at this level. Tom Davies probably getting ready to come in. Just more defensive solidity. 8 minutes to NFL. Simon, don't tempt me. I cannot watch anything until this damn game is over. This is why I hate them scheduling us at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on a Sunday. The NFL is about to start in 8 minutes. We're getting hiding. West, it's 5.
Nah, offside.
Oh, he's offside. Yeah, Almiron had to be offside.
Yep. Very offside.
Yeah, that was West parried it right into him, but he was a mile offside. Yeah. But yeah, I can't watch anything until this damn match is over. They got 29 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Oh, come on. Reaper, drink about 7 or 8 of them for me, please. I am so very envious of this tweet right here, or this right here. Having a pint of Carling for me. It's 5! High fives! Oh, it's the handball himself.
Yeah.
I can feel
so maybe we were always going to lose this match, but that first half should not have been 3-0. It should have been close. We should be in this game, and I think because of that, we've just let ourselves fall out of this. We've made an odd substitution where we take off a defender on the right-hand side, and that's where all of this pressure is coming from right now. Gordon having all the time and space in the world to size up an L, and yeah.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, no. 61 minutes.
So, 30 minutes to go in this match. Here's what Heckingbottom needs to do. He needs to take off an L, put on Trusty. He's already made one sub right here, putting Tom Davies in for Ollie Norwood. That's fine, I guess. Right now, we just need to get some minutes under our legs for some other players. And yeah, I don't know. I think taking Bogle off was not a good decision, but at some level, maybe he picked up a knock or something. I don't know, but we need more defense right now and just see this thing out.
Yeah. Who did we just bring in?
Tom Davies for Ollie Norwood.
Ollie Norwood. Okay, I gotta make that sub.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean,
16.
Simon makes a good point here. You take Wes off, not because it's his fault that we're down 5-0, but because like the defense is not showing up right now. And so it's going to ruin Wes's stats. So give Adam Davies a run out. No, that's probably won't happen, but I like the encouragement there.
Oh man.
And Dublin Blade, I'll agree with your comment here for everything but the first 20 minutes of this game, because we were the better team in the first 20 minutes. We showed the defensive solidity. We showed the offensive prowess and the ability to link passes up through the midfield, out the sides, but nothing for the last 43 and a half minutes.
Yeah. No, 43 and a half minutes. No, we don't have 43 and a half minutes left. God, we got 27 minutes.
After the first 20 minutes.
I have been zoned out. Oh, I have been zoned. I have been absolutely zoned.
You've got Sheffield United, you've got the stream, and then you've got NFL off to the side, right?
No, I don't have another iPad in here. I can't get another iPad in here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because we're about to kick off.
Just use your phone, right? Isn't that what that's there for?
Yeah, but I don't have the streamings app on here. I gotta download it and put it on. Oh man, this is pathetic.
Oh, that makes sense. Hold on. I have to plug in my computer that I'm watching the game on. I thought I plugged it in, but I did it just to the computer, not the plug to the wall. Hold on.
Oh God, we almost lost you then. Well, while Robert gets that fixed, I'll just sit here and wave to everybody. I have no idea, John, when the last time we conceded 5 at home was. So now we have Slomani for Hamer.
See, that makes so much more sense because the screen went dark and the picture quality went to crap. And I'm like, why? Like, did I just lose internet? Like, you were still good on the stream, but it's because the computer went into power save mode or whatever. So it was like,
yeah,
you don't need to watch this game. What are you talking about? High quality picture? Nah,
we don't need it. Standard definition, baby.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you'd have got the same effect from me this match if it was SD versus HD.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I wanted to watch this game in HD.
No, it only gives you glaring side effects. Oh man, what can we talk about now? Actually, hold on. I completely forgot that there's a TV behind me that works.
Oh, but will we get in trouble for putting on streaming?
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I'm gonna turn the camera this way. Oh, Simon, I want your NFL Sunday Ticket login. I need it. I need to be able to watch NFL Sunday Ticket. I can't. I'm gonna have to stream it on some illegal website. God, how is this game?
So John asking a brilliant question, and I am going to do some deep digging here. So if I'm not
out
here,
the last time we got turned over 5-0.
Yeah, if I don't respond to anything in the next 5 minutes, you know what I'm doing.
Fine. No, Warnock would not do. We don't need to get rid of Hecky. This, the whole thing is like you tell people, and everybody knows we're gonna get battered. Are you serious, Simon? How is it only $100? Hook a brother up over here. What was I about to say? You tell as it's 6. No. It's 6-0. We knew, everybody knew we were gonna suck coming into the season, and then it's like everybody's like, "Oh, Zach Hecky, he's terrible. The team's terrible." Like, We knew this was going to happen. What was that on? 68 minutes. Oh, long. Lane. There better not be any injury time, Andy. I mean, honestly, they could wave the flag now. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, long.
I'm just trying to think of the last time we conceded 5 goals. Or I guess now 6. Home or away. Like, when did this even happen?
I can't find anything.
Oh, no, I think that was on the road, wasn't it? When we lost to Leicester, 5-0.
Oh, yeah, but
Pecking
that was
bottom's
at
first
that
game.
was at the King Power.
Yeah. So, okay, well, but that's definitely up there on
Yeah.
worst results tally, but this one's worse than that, obviously, because you're at home and it's 6-0. I might have to call in Statman Adam from the old Fans React crew to help us with this question.
Oh, no. High and wide. God, still 20 minutes left to go, Robert.
Oh, wow. Ollie McChicken. We could do puns. Do you remember that? That was back with Nick and Hal, and they did all
I'm
the
not
bird
good
puns.
with puns. No.
Hold on, we have that somewhere. I know we have it somewhere.
Oh, the Ollie McChicken.
Yeah.
Right,
And the
chicken.
patak.
Yeah. Patak.
Oh,
Patak.
Lise Museg. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, Lise Museg. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Good times.
We can't. Is the one of Hal with his hair still in there too? This one?
Oh yeah,
This one's still in there. Oh, baby
great,
with a
great look
mustache.
from Hal. Oh, baby Hal.
Baby Hal. Oh man.
He just came out with the full goatee.
Oh man. Let's see. What else can we do? Oh, there's not any more. We can put the StreamYard logo up in the corner. But that reset the clock. I'm sorry. So we'll keep the clock off.
Oh, wow.
God. You guys don't even want to know. Still 19 minutes left anyway.
This is like we're in stoppage time of this second half already, because you never know how long it's going to go.
Right? Yeah, 18 minutes. Let's
hold on. Hostile Gaming asking the question, why are we still watching?
I have no idea.
Did you not hear our conversation earlier? It ended with this brilliant comment from Nicholas Cook that they can take away our goals, they can take away our offsides, but they will never take away our passion for the red and white Wizards. Up the Blades. That is why we're here. That is why we're still watching. You cannot take away this passion for the team. All the fans in the ground.
Oh, it's 7 now.
7. Hey, did we catch up? Are we on the same time?
No, I still am waiting. I'm
okay.
still waiting right here. I'm still waiting. Bang! There's 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm behind on my goals on my tally here. Bruno gets a goal. Who did
I
I
think he's having a
forget?
kid. He's got the ball in the jersey. I think he's having a kid.
Bruno. I forgot Elmer on his goal.
Yeah, worst part is not the loss in the win-loss column. It's definitely the goal difference now.
Yeah,
And
of course.
I'm trying to laugh. I'm trying to smile because it really stinks and it's not fun. And I'm trying to find something positive, but this is just not good for us. And we're at home, and there have been some changes basically to try to, I don't know. I think taking Vogel off at halftime was not the right decision. Putting on Chris Basham.
Chris Basham's coming on.
Taking off McAtee. That makes sense. I like that move. Try to stop the bleeding. Should have did this a while ago. If we could
I would play 10 up. I would play 10 up front. I mean, you're losing 7.
You were advocating for 11 on the goal line.
See, I don't think the scoreline would be 7-0 if we put all 11 on the line and let them rip.
That's fair. Can we get one goal? That's all I want. And you can't call that, ref. Sorry, 74 minutes and 40 seconds. Watch this play.
It's like he's been shot.
They're both going for the ball. I don't know how Souza gets a card for that, let alone a foul. But again, maybe I don't know the rules of soccer anymore. I don't know. Football.
I don't know either. Yeah. I've got so a little insight behind the curtain here, guys. I got to do the West Ham preview. Oh God, I even updated the score. Golly. I will update it here. 7. So I got to record the West Ham preview right after this game. And when was that Bruno goal? 74 minutes. And the West Ham guys just sent me a message on Twitter. Still want to do it?
You're going to miss all the NFL, though.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. This is why I love everyone in the chat. I love everyone. Here you go. Cheers, everybody. We're going to start drinking. Here we go. Bottoms up, fellas.
I'm glad someone mentioned Billy Sharp, because I was going to talk about this at some point anyways. Has everyone seen Billy Sharp's hat trick? Let's talk about something positive here. He's obviously playing for the Galaxy. Noah, the other half of the red half of Sheffield, LA local, and has been to a couple of the matches. And Billy Sharp has just turned that team around. Honestly, Galaxy not doing too well. It's kind of like another, player coming in from Europe trying to turn a team around. I don't know, some Lionel Masai or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's basically Billy Sharp comes in and in 6 games has scored 6 goals for LA Galaxy. Capped it off with a hat trick in the last game. Brilliant stuff. And I'm just bummed that Galaxy aren't playing on the East Coast anytime soon, so I can see Billy Sharp. But he's doing brilliant stuff. And yeah, so if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I mean, that's something positive that all Blades fans can get behind right now. There's a lot going on in the world, and you got to look for the silver linings. And Billy Sharp scoring goals, as he does, is definitely one of those silver linings.
Yeah, I'm trying to fly. Scott, why do you think? I mean, Hecky's going to get probably sacked tonight anyway. But why do we want to sack him? Why? Why do you want to sack him? There's no reason to sack the dude. We knew we're coming into this. A crazy thing is, Robert, look at our viewers in the corner. We're getting hided 7-0 and we got 130 views.
There's 130 people listening to me. Oh, I have the platform now. Here we go. All right.
Keystone, baby. Keystone, Simon. Keystone, hold my stones. The one thing, why question is, okay, why do we sack Hecky?
Yeah, you don't. That's silly. It's like all the rumors of Wilder being, linked with the job and everything. It's just not a smart move for the club. If you did make that move, because we're not expecting to win a lot of games this year. We're expecting to get relegated. Yes, 7-0 is a little embarrassing, but when you look at the start of the game, the first two of the first 3 goals were not this team's fault. They were the ref's fault. So you can't blame Hecky or the team for this performance, just because every team is going to have one of these each season. Now, if this becomes the norm for like 4 or 5 games in a row, absolutely. Then you can start calling for people's heads. But I like Heckingbottom. I like what he did last year in the championship. I like him at the helm, bringing youth into the side, because that's where he came from. He came from our academy and has really helped us kind of create a link and a path to long-term success. And so you can't punish him when we're on this long-term path for one result like this. So for me personally, Hecky stays the whole season, bounce back next year with Heckingbottom at the helm. Now, if we suck next year, okay, halfway through the season, we're bottom half of the championship. I could see you start making changes, but not right now. Anybody calling for it needs to, again, you can have your opinion, but you need to reevaluate why you're asking for Heckingbottom to be fired and what the reasonable alternative is, because we have a long-term plan, and bringing someone in to try to save our team from relegation is not part of that long-term plan.
And you know who it's going to be. You know who they're going to bring in when they inevitably sack. You know who it's going to be.
Who would it be? Who would it be?
It's going to be Chris Wilder. They're going to bring him back. They're going to bring him. They're going to bring him back, and we're going to still suck. It doesn't. Right. It doesn't make sense to me how this club will go and sack Heckingbottom after they sacked Wilder, brought Heckingbottom back in, and said, "Oh, Hecky, you're not good enough. We're going to bring in Big Slab." Then we're going to bring in Big Slab, and he sucks. So we sack him and bring Heckingbottom back in, and then we're just going to go back to the. We're basically going to do a 180 back to Chris Wilder. That's it. We're just actually we're not even doing a 180. We're doing a 360. We're back right where we started. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But just now all you're gonna do. This is why I don't do stuff on the internet, because this is all you're gonna do. You're gonna hear now. Oh, bring him back. Bring the club legend back again. Blah 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 blah. Here comes Dublin Blade with your stat too.
There we go. All right, so those look like home losses, because again we identified the Leicester City in 21. Hecky's first game was the last 5-0 loss, but probably at home to Arsenal there. So but no, it's games like these that make you do a little bit of introspection, figure out what do you want as a club out of this season, what is the goal, and do you need to make any changes to attain that goal? In my opinion, you don't. But maybe maybe the chairman and president, the prince, all of them, maybe they feel otherwise, and who knows?
Yeah. God, we still have 7 minutes left of this damn thing. We're gonna wrap this one up. Well, when it gets close to full time, we're just gonna end it. So we'll start winding with about 3 or 4 minutes left. We'll start giving our wrap up.
I mean, honestly, the last 30 minutes has just been a podcast episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it has been.
Hey, we had a shot.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. We're actually, like, right now having some possession right in front of Newcastle's penalty area. A lot of Tom Davies and Chris Basham on the ball, trying to find an opening, and it ends with Tom Davies skying one over the bar. But, you know, I say if we get a goal, you've saved yourself a little bit of face. But, again, I think this thing ends 7-0. We go home and chalk it up to that one bad game you have each year. And the silver lining of all silver linings, right there from Chris. Could be worse.
Let's talk about you and me. If I was Newcastle, who do they still have in the game? Botman, turn right around and fire one right to Nick Pope and see if he saves it.
Well, he can't if it's a pass or whatever, right? So he'd have to use his feet.
Oh yeah, he would. So he'd have to flick it up and head it to him. See if he could save it.
Yeah. Also, Hostile Gaming, I don't know exactly which team you support, and I appreciate your interaction in the comments. This is great stuff. Chat row, we love Blades fans. We love other fans from other teams. I disagree wholeheartedly with this comment. I think last week we were brilliant and deserved a point out of that match. I do not think we were lucky at any point to score a goal, let alone I think we were unlucky to concede two. But you can have your opinion. I'm fine with that. Appreciate you coming out, as well as everybody.
Yeah, there's 131 people watching this for some reason.
Yeah.
Simon played for a team that lost to not Simon Sultana. Simon Abbott played for a team that lost 15-0. So I mean, there's something.
Speaking of
Detroit Lions, back-to-back sack. Come on, baby, rawr, Lions, rawr.
Thanks for the donation, Simon. We appreciate it. But what'd you call him earlier?
When we get donations from the supporters, we need to lose every game 7-0.
Oh no,
God, trust me, this has been one of the hardest things I've had to do. Oh, they make it 8?
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, 8.
I think it's their 8th different goal scorer too.
Yeah, it's Isak. Who the hell did Isak come in for?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're talking about you and me, baby. 8-0, baby. All right.
I mean, you could make an argument that Tom Davies was fouled by Gordon in the build-up there, but ref's never going to give that. And it was a pretty poor header. Robinson wasn't there. It was basically in the middle of him and Isak, and Isak is high quality for a reason. He's Sweden's number one striker. I think he's their number one striker. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, at this point in the game, like, everybody's gassed. If this was like a legit game where you're trying your hardest, I think we might lose this 3-0. All the other goals are because we've made silly changes. We're trying to get fresh legs in. You're trying to at least claw a goal back right after halftime. So if this was a regular game where the ref doesn't give Newcastle 2 goals in the first half, I think this one probably ends 2 or 3-0 to Newcastle. Because again, we were good for a goal for the first 20 minutes. But 8-0's a little much. Also, Jonathan with a $5 donation.
Yay! Can we make somebody's got to be a smart ass and give us an $8 donation.
$8 donation. It's got to be a Newcastle fan. Donation $1 donation for every goal that we let you score. And yes, I'm still going to blame the ref because there's 2 goals. The first 2, or not the first 2, first goal and the third goal that should not have been goals. And I will stand by that. And if you're 1-0 at halftime, you're not making the same changes. Your mentality is not shot the way it is. So yes, I'm still going to bring it up. It affected the outcome of this game. You cannot argue otherwise. Call me salty, call me, whatever. It did affect this game. Right? So all of these other goals, maybe they still happen. I don't know, because the changes that Hecky made he wouldn't have made if we were only 1-0 down. And the mentality of the team of, oh, we just need 1 goal, we're back in this, versus we're down 3 goals. The mentality is different. So absolutely the ref affected this game. Now, Newcastle probably could have won this game without the ref. Absolutely. But we don't know. So that's why I'm going to keep bringing it up. And you can say if I'm right, if I'm wrong, whatever.
I want to listen to what when full time, because they're not going to be much at a time. Yeah, my thoughts are the same. Because we're getting ready to end this thing because it's about to be the 90th minute. How much added time do we have, Robert?
3, 2, 1. There's 90. I have not seen the board yet.
I wonder if the home supporters boo.
6 minutes.
6 minutes? Are you serious? Good God.
Yep.
Oh my God. I just wanted to hear if the crowd what was left of the supporters at Bramall Lane. I just wanted to know if they start booing.
And Nick Knack, I'm not saying that Hecky should blame the refs, right? It's my job to blame the refs. It's Hecky's job to figure out how do you prevent a bad game from becoming a worse game. And that's what happened today. So he and the team and all the coaches need to focus on how we actually played out there. Especially because we now basically have, a backup team on the field in Slimani, Tom Davies, and Traore, all backup players, and none of them have really impressed. So those backup players need to look at how they can play better. And the first team players need to look at how they can play better. But it's my job to call attention to poor refereeing and decisions that I disagree with. And maybe if enough people call attention to it, the Premier League changes it and makes it right. Not like the results of the game. Like they're never going to go back and give us a point or anything like that. And they shouldn't, but they can change the rules. They can educate VAR officials on things moving forward. And so that's what my job as a fan, as someone who likes to commentate on games, who does a live stream like this for you all. Also 170 people now. Numbers keep growing.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to get off my soapbox until we hit full time. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I get to do. If I was in the team, if I was in the coaching staff, I of course would be focusing on the actual play on the pitch and looking at how you prevent this kind of performance from happening again. But
who scored the last goal for them?
I think it was Isak.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I gotta count how many goals I got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Isak on what number? What minute did he score in?
Hold on. I've got an app for that.
87. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. But I think, okay, we're gonna wind this one down. I think if the first goal is chopped off, we have a different scoreline. It was the first two. Not saying it's 8-0.
Mm.
Maybe it's 4. Maybe we lose 3-4-0. But it was kind of like once that happened, then the onslaught happened, and it just kind of it was like a snowball effect.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'll hear everybody. You'll hear everybody say they'll stir the pot all week. They'll probably heck he should get the sack. Blah 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 blah. Bring Wilder back in. He's the only one that can save us. Blah 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 blah. What I don't understand is we've been preaching for the last 3 months, if not longer. We're going to go down regardless. You're going to take heavy defeats like this in a league that we shouldn't even be in. So the fact that like the world is the sky is falling in this league because we lost 8-0. There's no reason to jump to a conclusion and be like, oh, we suck. We knew we were going to suck this entire time. And it's like the false implication of, oh, man, this team could be, they're getting their feet going, blah, 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 all this BS. It doesn't matter who you bring in. Most of these players have not played in this league before, and they don't know how to play in this league. So this is going to happen. It's life. It is what it is. We're losing 8-0. It is what it is. But I mean that's it. This sums it up. 8-0 drubbing. It is what it is.
Yep. About a minute left in stoppage time. United again with the ball in the box. I think Basham was offside on that one.
So we will go ahead and we got about a minute left. Robert, tell the beautiful people that are watching where they can follow you on the Twitter sphere internet before we get to wind this one down.
Yeah. So got the little social media tag right there. Whatever social media places you like to frequent, I'll be there at Captain Kosa. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of new followers from today. Seeing chat's reactions to my various comments and hot takes. But hey, if you want to discuss further, feel free to at me, Twitter, Instagram, the like. So yeah, as we've ticked over to full time, Chad, where can the folks find you?
They can find me. Listen to the podcast, Red Half of Sheffield. I can't wait to review this one. As it is. Okay, so that goes off. You can listen to the Red Half of Sheffield, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all there. Follow us on all the social medias. We'll have a new podcast out sometime this week. I'm going to do a West Ham preview. Follow our YouTube channel. Me, CJarvis_13. I will remove these since no one wants to see them. Twitter handle, CJarvis_13. If you want to follow me, go ahead. I guess that's going to do it for all of us. I can't believe that there's 130 people watching it. Until next weekend against West Ham, where we
said it too.
Where we were likely not to get beat 8-0. We will see you on the flip-flop later.